Um, Hello, everyone, and welcome to this open event. We would normally do these things physically in the college, where you get a chance to come and see us, see our facilities, and talk to us face to face. Unfortunately, due to the circumstances that we are in now, we can't do that. Let me say welcome to Solihull College and University Centre, Aeronautical and Aircraft Engineering Department. My name is Salman Javed, and I'm one of the main tutors here.
Set your sights high. Study aerospace engineering at Solihull College and University Centre. We will prepare you for a career in the aerospace industry. Study aircraft flight principles and practices, microcontroller systems, aircraft gas turbine engines, propulsion systems, airframe mechanical systems, instrument systems, and more. Our experienced tutors will guide you along the way, providing essential support. Once you've completed level 3, progress to higher education here at the college or at university. Watch your career take flight. Discover your future at Solihull College and University Centre.
I teach aircraft and aircraft engineering subjects, and my background is from aircraft maintenance engineering. Before I go into more detail, I kind of wanted to answer a question that normally confuses people, or some people are not aware of, which is what is aeronautical or aerospace and aircraft engineering? What does it include? So I'll attempt to answer that first. So the aeronautical engineering is more of a design engineering, where you are involved in making parts or components or for the aircraft itself. No one person can be in charge of making the entire aircraft. So you'll be working in a team where you might be involved in making a part of the aircraft. And there could be various things. Could be fuel system, could be hydraulic system, could be the aerodynamic surfaces. So you might be involved in using a computer-aided design software, where you might be making a part of the engine, for instance, or the aircraft. An aeronautical engineer is also involved in doing a lot of maths and physics in order to come up with various solutions, various designs. These days, what happens is we don't make an aircraft and test fly it and see whether it works or not. The maths and science that is involved these days allows us to ensure that the first flight will be a successful flight. They already know that. The test flight is done really to sort of ensure that the maths and science that they've done actually delivers. So you might also be involved in wind tunnel testing, testing of the actual the fuselage, the wings of the aircraft to see whether they will produce the lift which is required. How could we enhance it further? You may also be involved in the materials and the properties. So you're going to choose a material, the best material for your vehicle, for your spacecraft or your aircraft. These days, again, we are moving away from the traditional materials that we used to use, which were aluminium alloys, to now carbon fiber and composite materials, which are lighter and much stronger than the conventional metals that we used to use before. And again, you might be involved in electronics or electrics. I mean, these are just a few things that I've dotted here. There are loads of other areas that an aeronautical engineer might be working in. That could be hydraulic systems, the pneumatic system, structures, the list continues. So that's what a aeronautical engineer does. More of a design job, less hands-on, more of a desk job, more of an office-based job. Although they do go test things and they do go to sites and they do a lot of physical, practical things as well. But basically, it's a more of a desk-based job. Aircraft engineering, on the other hand, is more of a maintenance, hands-on approach, where you're involved in installing things on the aircraft, so might be involved in swapping in the engine. replacing a tire, you know, updating a radar system, all of that. And that's what my background is as well. So, you know, an aircraft would come in, it'll have regular checks, pre-flight checks, post-flight checks. Then we have A checks and B checks, and a C and a D check, which basically a D check is the biggest check an aircraft will go through, where we will strip it down to its bare bones, check what needs checking, replace what needs replacing. If there needs to be an upgrade, we'll carry out the upgrade. Then we put it all back together, and we'll do a test flight, and we'll return it back to the customer in a shape which is as good as new, if not better. So in aircraft engineering, we are responsible for the flight safety, which is quite critical. So we need to make sure that the work that we do is in a safe manner to ourselves, to our colleagues, to the aircraft that we are working on, to the equipment that we are using. An aircraft maintenance engineer should be good at using tools. This is something that you learn over time. However, if you've got previous experience of, you know, repairing things, repairing your bikes, repairing your motorcycles, your cars, that always helps. An aircraft maintenance engineer should be able to read engineering drawings like the ones that I've got here. So they could actually follow the drawing and assemble something or disassemble something. So yeah, engineering drawings, they know how, they won't be involved in actually making the drawing, but they should be able to read and comprehend it, and then by reading and comprehending that, they should be able to carry out the tasks they're supposed to do. We do checks on the aircraft, we look at corrosion, we look at fine cracks on the aircraft that may cause metal fatigue, and then later fractures. So in short, the aircraft maintenance engineer's job is to maintain the aircraft in airworthy condition, so that when it flies, we have the confidence that it's in tip-top condition, and nothing mechanical could go wrong with it. Solihull College and University Centre, what do we offer to school leavers? Although it's not limited to school leavers, we have a good mix of students. Some of them are mature students as well. So what we offer, the first course that we offer, the most basic course that we offer to school leavers, is a level 3 course, which is a 2-year course. And as you can see on the slide, it says 1+1. So each year is a separate course. So year 1 is a separate course. You pass that, and then you move on to year 2, which is another separate course. So the year 1 is known as BTEC Level 3 Foundation Diploma in Engineering. So that is more of a general engineering course. I'll come to that again when I'm going to talk about what sort of subjects would you be studying. So year 1 general engineering course equal to 1.5 A level. Okay, so if you do well in that and you progress in year 2, you do the course which is called BTEC Level 3 Extended Diploma in Aeronautical Engineering. So year 2 is all about aeronautical, all about aircraft, and all the modules will reflect that. And that is equal to 1.5 A levels as well. So by the end of year 2, the qualifications that you will gain will be equal to getting 3 A levels. Okay, which is academic hierarchy is what is required if you wanted to go to university. Okay. So on the course, what kind of modules you study? Year 1, as I said, general engineering. So it's got general engineering subjects. So for example, we have a unit called Engineering Principles, which includes maths and physics, applied maths. We've got engineering processes, which is more about health and safety, teamwork, how to carry out a task, that sort of stuff. Then you've got other newer subjects that have been, well, I'll say they're new. We've been doing it for the past 3 years. Engineering, product design, and manufacture. So this goes through the whole life cycle of how a product comes into being, to how it matures, and then how it ends up being an obsolete, or how do you stop it from becoming obsolete and reiterate it, like your iPhone. You've got iPhone 3, iPhone 4. Every iPhone model is the reiteration, or the iteration, sorry, of the model that was there previously, with a better camera, better connectivity, new technology that has come available, we embedded that into it. So it goes through all of that, and it shows how to make drawings, how to make a business. We look at, well, we don't say how to make a business case of it, but we look at how economically viable a new design or new product might be. You may design, you may come up with a product that is a engineering marvel, but if it fails to sell, well, in that case, unfortunately, it'd be a bit of a waste of time. So we look at that. So it's got engineering, product design, and business in there. So it's a very good unit. We also study CAD, which is computer-aided design software. The one that we use at the moment is SolidWorks. You will also study pneumatics and hydraulics and electrics and electronics as well. And there are a few other things as well that you'll be studying. But generally, year one is about general engineering concepts. So once you've done that, we move on to year two. And year two, as I said, is more aircraft related. So we talk about aerodynamics, how does a wing generate lift, how can we make it better, what sort of things are involved in that. We look at gas turbine engines, what they are, how do they work, what are the different types of them, you know, where else would you find a gas turbine engine apart from being on an aircraft, that sort of things. Avionics, which are electrics or electronics on an aircraft, which are known as avionics. The computers, the sensors, how do they work? So we'll start from, a very basic level, and we'll bring it up. We'll increase the level as the course progresses. Maintenance practices, so defueling an aircraft, refueling an aircraft, parking an aircraft, changing wheels, changing a tire, workshops, so you'll be doing some metal work, drilling holes, putting rivets through, bending metal, cutting metal, all of that. And we look at structures of an aircraft, the systems of the aircraft. The list is very long, but year two is all about aircraft. Moving on, the course, the timings and the assessments. So depending on which group you get placed into, you'll be in the college for 3 to 4 days a week. So a typical example, so if you get placed into a 4-day week group, that would basically mean 2 full days and 2 half days. A typical full day will start at 9:30 and end at 4:30, in which you'll have 4 lessons, hour and a half each, with 2 15-minute break in the middle and a 30-minute lunch break. The assessments, for certain units you will have exams, and for certain you may have assessmentation. Certain units allow the tutor to design the assessment themselves, so they may include demonstrations, practical assessments, or even a viva, a question and answer session between yourself and the tutor. So it all depends, it all varies what unit to unit. The entry requirement for the level 3 course, the minimum requirement are GCSEs, grade 4 or above, in English language. It's not literature, it's not the stories, it's the difficult one, the language, and maths. And science is desirable, although what tends to happen is if you've got 4 or above in English or maths, science, majority of the cases I've seen, science you automatically get a 4. Science is maths and English, isn't it? Yeah, we read it in English and we do it in maths. Okay, what happens after level 3? So our students, some will stay with us and do a university course that the Solihull College University offers. We offer a BSc in aircraft maintenance engineering. We've been running this for about 4 years now. Some of our students will gain apprenticeships or higher apprenticeships. So higher apprenticeships are those where the employer sends you to university on their expense. Some of the organizations where our students have ended up, the RAF, of course, the Royal Air Force, the BAE Systems, MBDA Missiles, Rolls-Royce, Collins Aerospace, British Airways, Virgin, Ryanair, Airbus, KPMG, which is an accountancy firm, which I'll come to in a second, BT. At the end, it's written here: law, accountancy, business, IT, electronics, civil engineering, and air traffic. If I were to sell this course, although I don't need to, we get plenty of students anyway. But there's the one good thing about this course is that it keeps your option open. So, for instance, after being with us for 2 years, you say, you know what, this aircraft business is not really for me. It's not really my cup of tea. I want to do something different. This course will allow you to do that. So if tomorrow you want to become an accountant, you want to go into marketing or business or IT or civil engineering, the skills that you at this level 3 course that we offer will allow you to do that. You can change your mind. We have got students that are working for accountancy firms such as KPMG. We have got students that have actually gone and opened their own businesses. So it's not restricting you. I think the only areas where you can't go, or you may have difficulty in gaining entry, will probably be medicine, 100%, because we don't teach any biology, and our chemistry is very limited as well, and chemical engineering. Although we do materials, which is chemistry, but we don't go into the depths of the chemical formulas or the chemical bonds. We don't go into that. We just look at their properties. And that's about it. That's all I wanted to sort of say. And I would like to have your questions. Thank you.
So if anyone has any questions, could you please put them in the Q&A or the chat?
Okay, I've got a question on Q&A. Sorry if I think I had oh, there it is. Sorry, it is now. Okay, so Mohammed Ibrahim Siddiqui, is this the course path you take if you are passionate in a career about air traffic control? At this level, yes, absolutely. Yeah, it will lead you to that. Yeah. How many places are there on the course? So I think the maximum we've gone is about 100 students per year. This year, we've seen the most. I think in year 1, we've got about 110 students. So about 100 students, I would say. Okay. Are you able to swap to a different engineering course from within the college in 2 years if you change your mind? That'd be difficult, I think, because, for instance, if you wanted to go into, if I was to say, the example would be, let's say if you wanted to go into motor vehicle, they follow a different awarding body. So I think they are ABC or City and Guilds linked. So if you've done year 1 with us and you wanted to do year 2 in motor vehicle, that would be difficult. So as far as I know, I think it'd be very difficult to do that. In fact, I would say no. Is the 3 to 4 days per week in both courses, year 1 and 2? Yes. Yeah. Does the college allow? There was a call. Sorry, what happened? Does the college allow additional A levels to be done? You could do that, but that would be in your own time and at your own expense. You've had 1 or 2 students who have done that. They've decided to do a maths A level externally, but that's something, you know, I would say, yeah, go for it. But it is asking a lot from yourself. But if you're committed, then yeah, you could do that. But the college do not, you can't do that within the college. You'll have to go somewhere else, and you might have to pay for it as well. Okay, where did that question go? Okay, all right. 1 second. Done. What's the average salary of an aerospace engineer? It depends. The average, I mean, what I would say is this, if you've started working, let's say, for Monarch Aircraft Engineering, which is gone now, obviously, but it's been took over by, well, a new company's come in there, STS Aerospace. I would say between 25 to 30,000 pounds starting. Yeah. And then again, it depends as far as money is concerned. The way I look at it is, how good are you? If you are just an average employee, average worker, and you know your input is average, then your money will be average. You've got to be good at what you do. So if you're good at what you do, the money will come. I can assure you that. And yeah, I hope that answered. Average for aircraft maintenance engineer, I would say about 45 and 50,000 pounds. For aerospace engineer, it depends who you're working for. If you're working for Rolls-Royce, and if you are on very good levels, then you know, I won't be surprised if it's upwards of 60 plus. I am taking IGCSEs. Is that okay? That's something I'll have to come back on. If you could send me an email, I'll see if I can type the answer here. If you can send me an email here, then I could you can email me on that, and then email me the question on my email, and I'll get a definite yes or no from the person in the department that deals with this. If you're traveling from far away, are you more likely to do 3 days? We do take this into consideration. We have got students coming to us from all over the place. If I were to say Warwick, Leicester, some of the higher education, the BSc course that we run, we've got students coming from London, Scotland as well. They've actually moved. But even on level 3, we've got people coming in from Warwick, Leicester, Leamington, Stratford upon Avon, Wolverhampton, Coventry, pretty much beyond West Midlands, actually. Yeah. So we do, you know, take that into consideration when we are allocating people. However, we can't fulfill everyone's wish. Is it possible that you can be on an apprenticeship and attend your course at Solihull College? We have got apprentices coming to us, but that's the employer sending them over to the college. So we have got an understanding with the employer where the employer is paying us. If you are already on an apprenticeship and you want to join our course, that's something I'll have to ask, because you have to see if it's not clashing with your work. Generally, in apprenticeships, what happens is, if, let's say, a normal working week is 5 days, you'll be at work 4 days, and you'll be given 1 day to come to the college to complete your course. So that's something I'll have to check, and you can email me, and I will get back to you. I'll ask the question, and I'll get back to you. Okay. Do I have to do higher papers for maths to join the college? No, you don't. The minimum we're looking at is C. So as long as you get that, you'll be fine. Okay. Do you join the course if you're doing GCSEs, normally year 11, 2021? So yeah, you do your year 11 and then you do your GCSEs. So I haven't quite understood the question. You need to complete your GCSEs, and once you've completed your GCSEs, you've got your grades. That September you start. Hopefully that answers it. Is there more practical work or working in a class for this course? All right. There are practical aspects within the course, and we try to include as many practicals as we possibly can. However, I have to be honest, the level 3 course, year 1 and year 2, are very academic. So they are academically heavy courses. Okay. The reason for that is the level 3 course allows you to later on go into maintenance or engineering. So we try to balance it. Has the COVID affected the course content? No, it hasn't. No, we're running that. That's fine. Okay, I have multiple times on the website, but I can't seem to find where to apply for the college. Okay, if you email me again, and then I'll get that sorted. Okay. Is there any career advice available once at the college? Yes, we've got a careers department that looks that takes care of that. You can have a meeting with them, and they can take you forward from there. Okay. How do we apply? You apply online, although someone said they have had issues, but there should be a apply button, and you should be able to click on that. You fill a format, and then we call you for an interview. Once we've done the interview, then we give you a conditional offer. Conditions, of course, one of the main conditions are your GCSEs. We also like to see a good reference from your school. Is it year 1 foundation engineering course, then year 2 aeronautical engineering course? So in total 3 years. Also, can I get your email just in case? Okay. No, year 1 foundation engineering, year 2 aeronautical engineering. That's it. 2 1-year courses. Okay. Year 1 foundation engineering, which is general engineering. Year 2 aeronautical engineering. Okay. Okay, Debbie, are there placements for work experience on the course? We don't have placements as such. We aid students in getting placements. We point them in the right direction, but we ourselves don't have any work placement. We don't provide work placements ourselves as such. When do you apply? You can apply now. Okay, the earlier the better. Early bird gets the worm. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you found the whole. I hope you found this event useful, and I hope I've answered most of your questions. Okay, thank you very much. Thanks for coming. Thanks for attending.